Hi there, welcome to day 2 of my attempting to do daily uploads. Today we're going to be going over a clash that I played with my varsity team. We're going to go over 2 of the games. We played this game where I played Gangplank, and then this game where I played Narc. This game went really poorly, and I have a pretty decent idea as to why or where I messed up. And then this game was just kind of a for fun one. I went Ginsu's. Would not recommend doing it for real, but it was against a team that we scrimmed on Monday, and it was kind of funny and really coincidental. But it was just kind of for fun, and we kind of destroyed them. So, yeah. Uh, this game I'm playing Gangplank. I'm playing with my varsity team, as I said. I'm going to fix this up because it's Clash, and it likes to be messed up. I'm playing into a Malphite. So, kind of how this lane went was a lot of just queuing. What I want to focus on this game is a lot of the jungle tracking and the fact that I got ganked a bunch. So I died a lot by ganks, and I just need to be a little bit more aware of that and have implement jungle tracking into my mental stack where I'm focusing on trading and CSing and how my team's doing what they're doing and wave states along with jungle tracking. I need to add that into all of those so I can think about them actively all the time. So, if you enjoy it, thank you. So right here my team was looking for an invade. We called it out since we had a starter, I guess we were just feeling frisky. We just hit straight, and then Loy, our ADC, decided to go pretty deep. He was kind of for funning a little bit, but hey, I mean, he got a good trade-off onto her. Almost ended up killing her. If we all walked with him, it would have been really good. But what we like to do with these invades as a team is we want to invade so that we can know where their jungler starts, and we can get vision on them. What we do forget to do at times is we wanted to implement this where we actually buy sweeper off the bat if we're going for an invade, and then we didn't end up doing it. So here we actually end up deciding that we're going to cross jungle. We're going to split the map. I go check if they're doing our red buff, because realistically, if they're not here, then we can get triple buffs off on them, and it can be a very accelerated jungle path for our jungler. So right here, I just checked for him, I hit a Q, and now we're in lane phase. So that was a lot of stuff that happened before laning phase. So here, we're just looking to try and get some Qs off and waste Udyr's time. So what I want to do here is, since I know that Udyr is in our topside jungle, I can look for him on this ward if he comes to try and flank me. I want to see if I can waste his time and try and make him gank me, because my chances of dying here are pretty slim. I can just walk away for the most part. I have a few pots as I started corrupting, and I have flash. I don't really want to have to use it, but either way, if I can just not concede entire lane pressure and then I can push for level 2 like I did, I now control the lane. So I'm not exactly the best GP play, so this was a lot of practice for me, but I was able to get this trade-off where he used his corrupting potion. I believe I should have, yes I did, I don't know if I did it late, and then right here I hit a nice barrel into a Q. So now he's pretty much out of the wave. I know that Udyr should be topside because they split the map. Starter's on our blue now, since he went from his red to his blue, right? So at this point, I'm just trying to crash this wave so I can get vision, or I can get some poke off or a cheater recall. What I end up doing is I decided to go for a cheater recall where you shove in the first 3 waves where you get your cannon minion crashed. You should have around 450 gold if you can CS pretty good. And then I buy a call because I know that this lane isn't going to be very high kill potential for me, but I need to just farm up and try and accelerate into the late game. So now I've actually recalled at a good timing because I reviewed my VODs, I believe, as this day. I did all the reviewing this day, so I was able to come back to the wave, didn't miss much CS. I wasn't able to get the freeze off because the wave was too big and I didn't have anything following up. So now I was just trying to get CS, and I was thinking of slow pushing into them. So what I do here is actually really good. I end up shoving in wave 4 and 5. This is wave 4, this is wave 5, and then this is wave 6. If I could have done it a little bit earlier, it would have been really nice to shove in wave 4, 5, and then get the reset off, but I shove in all 3 waves so that I can have enough money for my Sheen. I end up recalling, I buy my Sheen, and then I have a bait advantage on the wave. I come back to a freeze in front of my turret, where I can hold him here now. Here I'm trying to hold the freeze, wanting to punish him for his recall, making him either TP back or just have to lose a lot of CS. because as you can see, he opts to not TP, and he loses the whole minion wave. All those minions. And now I can slow push. Freezes don't have to last a long time, they can last a wave. And now I can just try and accelerate. But, here's what happens. I have really slow boomer hands, and I didn't flash the Malphite ult. So I end up dying here, because I wasn't paying attention to this Udyr. Now let's see if I could find a reasonable doubt, or without reasonable doubt, that Udyr would be top lane. So right here at about 5:30, we see Udyr walking through mid into top lane, and if I had better map awareness and I see this, I instantly know that he should be topside around this time. My teammates have played a bot, we get the kill, we get drag, and Udyr doesn't contest it at all. So, what's going through my mind should be, Udyr should be top lane. Udyr should be top lane, Udyr should be top lane. And I put the ward down, but I wasn't able to react to this fast enough, and that's what got me killed. So right here I made the call that I'm going to TP back to lane, and we're going to try and run them down. And my GP mechanics aren't that great, but this is a pretty good ult overall. We get a nice engage, we get Udyr flash. He isn't able to get the auto off, he also was not able to ult, and I spaced my barrels a little bit too far. I don't know what that was for. That was just bad play, but we did get the ult off. Or not the ult off, the flash. And then after that, I was able to crash this wave into the turret and get a plate. I overstayed for that one extra auto attack, which lost me about a second, and then in that second, Malphite should have been able to stop me, but he also was a little slow. Takes after me. So then I'm able to get back to my wave. It's a very big wave. I believe I should not have even tried to freeze this. I put the barrel right in front of him because I don't even play this champion enough. I need to start playing game plan a lot more to get more efficient, and I took a lot of bad trades here, just trying to get the wave. It was just very poor mechanically on my part. Okay, so right here I get back to wave in time, and I just completely mess up. I don't have enough damage to kill all these range minions, then I put the barrel right in front of him. Like, hey, don't hit it! Please and thank you. So then I just take a lot of poke, I have no barrels so that I can't fight back, and then he just goes ahead and tees me down. And now I'm at half HP, and I feel really bad, because he probably just all-in me soon. Then I'm able to pull the wave, because he decided that he wanted to go for a reset, and then halfway through his reset, he decided he wanted to go through a TP. And then me not having my ult or my TP, decided, that's okay. And my team got killed. Only 2 of them, so it wasn't the end of the world. I was able to get this plate top, I was able to crash this wave, and then I had an Udyr gank. So what happens here is, I flash the ult this time. That's right. Who's impressed? And then I'm able to trade 1 for 1. So it wasn't that bad. But now, let's go back here and let's think. Could we have avoided this Udyr game? Did I need to read for this plate? Did I need to get this plate? We just saw Udyr right here. He walked up after dropping this herald. Which, you know what that means. He's either going for our camps, or he's going for the very overextended gangplank. And then there he is. And he's right on me. And that's why I die again. I need to pay more attention to the map, and I need to pay a lot more attention to the jungle. We come back to lane, and we just instantly shove these waves in, get the crash, and we're just trying to make something happen on the other side of the map, while my team is getting dragged, which is kind of a bad thing to do. But, all in all, they were able to drag for free, I was able to be safe, and I did some deep vision with my pride. And now, we have a Corki behind us. This one was actually called out in comms. The Corki was coming up here. I was trying to disengage and get some distance. And I did a little weird step back there, but look at what happens. We ended up picking up the kill, and then we got killed by Malphite. And you know, I gotta ask, did I see him move? Yes, I did. I see him shove in this wave, and then with my red team vision, I see him start pathing upwards. So if I paid attention to that, and I see the wave go in, and I see him move, I instantly should know that he was on his way with his little Corki butt, and he's gonna flank me. And here he is. So now I come back to lane, I start to shove the wave into the turret, I go and get some vision denial with my prio this time, and I look bot lane to see the fight. Since I'm playing GP, I have a very big global presence with my ult, and I'm looking to try and line it up. I ult onto their back lane here, slowing her. Justin is able to go in, the Starner, and we're able to get the pick off on Ashe. Was not a great fight, but all in all, it was good that I was paying attention. So now I'm just taking constant Malphite Qs to the face, because he has a lot of mana at this point, and I'm just trying to farm up and get my Silver Serpent stats, I believe they're called. And he decides to all in me. So he tries to take my entire health bar out with his ult, and he survives with 1 HP. 28, to be exact, but still to all vision and see where he goes. He just goes to that bush and there goes. Unfortunately. So right here, me and our mid laner Vider are looking for this play. I hit the Q, and then I try and get a barrel combo off. We get him down to half HP, but we're using all of our burst onto an Udyr. I walk in for some reason. I W the stun, which is pretty good. I get a nice ult off, and then I get Ash ulted. They used a lot of resources on me in this fight, which is really good because my teammates were able to pick up Malphite on the bottom side of the fight. And now we're able to do it and run them down. They don't have Ash ult, they don't have anything up to try and contest. They're starting running at them, so we're able to pick up 2 kills. We go bot lane here because the next objective is Herald, and we don't need to be a part of that, but you know what we do? We love to overextend sometimes, and we get caught out by the Malphite. It was a really bad idea to walk up this far for the wave. The wave was going to come back to me anyway. It was just me kind of zoning in. Sorry about my cat. So now we're coming back into this fight. I just respawned. My team got caught out in their jungle, and now we're looking for a play on them as well. I TP in here, trying to help out our ADC. I give him some peel. I get the fire burning onto Malphite. Malphite just dies to that. If I had better barrel combos, we might have been able to get some poke here. But I ult behind, and then our ADC is able to get in there and pick up another kill. Right here is a good barrel combo that gets Lutz pretty low. We hit the Q, and then we have a nice E there, which gets her almost to half HP at this point. Then another fight breaks out. Udyr flashes in. I'm trying to save the ADC. The ADC dies. We're able to pick up the kill onto Udyr. And then a few seconds later, I have another nice barrel right here, and we catch out Lutz and hit her with a nice crit. Lucky. Off of that, our jungler is also able to run in and ult this Ashe. Just no counterplay to that. So right here, I walked up the top lane. I'm trying to defend a turret that's already dead. What's the point? And then Udyr has a nice flank where he runs in behind me because they had the control ward in this bush. I wasn't able to see it coming, but I was able to flash away. So I didn't end up dying here, and they ended up getting the turret. All that I needed to do was just give the turret and then catch the wave when it comes in here. So now we're making a play to Baron. Since we have a Vayne, we can pop it down really quick. Zach is going for a pretty funny play because we were just kind of goofing around at this point. He just flashes in on the Baron, and Vayne just melts Baron. So we were able to pick this up quite quick. Almost gotten stolen, but we have faith at our jungle. Now we're looking to position around Trident. I'm trying to get mid-prio so that we can push it down into Trident. My team's walking in. I'm just kind of trying to set up and see if I can get the barrel combos off. So we decided to engage into Malphite here, which I don't believe is the correct option, but it worked out pretty well because we decided not to ult any of the CC that we did. And now we're able to get Trident because they have no engage. I put the ult behind the Udyr, hoping that it would be able to slow him down enough, but it's Udyr and he just gets to run away. Now we're having a fight over here, and I get the barrel combo off on Lutz's dead corpse, and our ADC is completely cracked and an absolute madman, so he just runs down their entire team. And then we run after Corky under his turret. So this game's over. Just looking for extra kills. So here we are, we're going into game 2 of Clash, Tier 1. I was against a Malphite this game as Gnar. We first picked Gnar, so we gave them any counter that they wanted. And I was kind of okay with the Malphite counter at first. I didn't really know how the matchup played out too well yet, because no one has ever done it to me before, but we're going to go over it now. So right here I'm leashing my jungler, which means he's going to path down the bot side. We know that we have a pretty easy assumption that they're leashing their bot side because we saw them here earlier. What this does for me is I lose lane prio, and I'm not able to contest the push as easily as I could. But what happens is he gets there a little bit later, so I'm able to auto these minions, getting them down, and trying to start to shove in to hit level 2 before him. So right here I hit level 2, and I'm looking to walk in. He walks away quite fast, so I'm not able to do anything. I decided to do W here, which I don't agree with. I think I should have gone E, and I should have jumped at him to try and get a bigger trade. But now we're just slow pushing this second wave in to try and hard push the third wave to get the crash. So now that the third wave shows up, I'm trying to hit it as much as I can, but also trying to last hit as much as I can, so that I can get the wave crashed into the turret. We know that Mundo is pathing topside, so this is a really good way of avoiding ganks, if he doesn't die to golems. But look at that, I would have been able to crash in my third wave, I would have gotten a clean recall off, and then I'm able to come back to lane with an item advantage and a freeze. What I end up buying here, I believe, is I buy a call, because I don't think this lane's going to turn into much. Yep, there's my call. And I come back to lane. I recalled at a good time, and he isn't exactly the fastest pushing top laner around, so I was able to come back to this wave pretty much in half, and I'm able to push a little bit more poke onto him since I have the item advantage, and thin out this wave to try and set up a freeze. So right here I was calling over my jungler because I saw that the wave was pushing into me as it should be, and then he was able to engage. I decided that I'm not going to W yet, I'm not going to E yet, I'm going to go for the far jump E here into Wing so that if he flashes, he gets caught. If he flashed correctly, he should have went down or to the side maybe, but either way, I believe he gets caught out. And now I have this nice wave. It ended up crashing because I wasn't able to get it back in time, but it's still a pretty good spot because there's these 4 minions that are able to stay out of it. We're able to keep it close to my turret and then put a slow push in after because these melees have horrible brains and they run into the turret. So now he comes back into the lane at this point. I have the slow push going and I decide that I'm just going to run at him for some reason. I did a really bad trade there. It's not best to trade my health right now, but it is good to trade my health at this point. What I'm looking to do here is I'm trying to crash this wave into the turret and then get a reset off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my Q at these casters, get everything down, throw my ult out because, as I stated before, Gnar has a very low ult cooldown of only about 90 seconds, and the fact that 90 seconds is important is that what's going to happen is the next rotation of his Mega Gnar should come out around that time. I didn't want to overcommit to this because I had a feeling that Mundo would have been top lane, and looking at the review, yes he was. If I committed to this, I would have died for sure. Especially since he is hitting Sit soon, and he's going to hit off of these minions. I would have just died to him for free. So we started to slow push out here because my team wanted to invade. We ended up picking up red buff, and I had lane prio so that I would be able to meet and match with them soon. Like I said, my next Gnar came up, I have ult up, and I'm just hanging around here. I'm throwing Qs, I'm trying to get Ws on him to try and get an ICS. I get the plate off of the minions killing it, and then here I make my biggest mistake of the game. Right here, I didn't reset. I have 800 gold, I could buy boots, I could buy merc treads, which then he wouldn't do much damage to me, his Qs wouldn't hurt as bad, but I decided I'm just going to cheese him and get a little bit of damage off. And what happens with that is he's just going to outcook me at this point. Because he has bramble, so I'm not really healing as much off of my fleet, and he has armor, so I don't really do as much damage. He has 2 pots. Mundo's here, so I need to concede a little bit, but right here I could have even recalled. I just really just greeded and griefed. Like, this is such a bad thing to not recall here. Because what ends up happening is I try and hold this wave. I took a lot of damage from Malphite Q, and the wave of Sit's minions. And then I just keep getting Q'd by him. He keeps pinging me down. He's looking for an ult angle. I know he wants an ult angle, so I'm trying to respect it. I'm trying to get fleet off to get some life back. But I don't want to leave at this point either, because I'm just being dumb and I don't want to TP back to lane. And I just end up getting all-in done very soon, because I'm quite low. Alright, here it comes. I'm at half HP. I'm halfway to Mega Gnar. I was trying to get it, and he just combos me and die. And now I lose so much, and I have to TP anyway. Actually, I don't even think I end up TPing. I just miss all of those minions, and it's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible position. I had such a good lead, and I gave him such an easy way back into the game. What happened here is he started to have tempo, so my wave was forced to push into him, and then he got a gank off. So I was trying to run to my team here. I was just trying to delay, and then Diana all-in after that. And we ended up dying because of my bad play. This team was very poor by me, and I made a lot of big decisions that costed us a lot of tempo and a lot of grief. So then we had a fight that bricked out bot lane, because our bot ADC and jungle wanted to go for a play on the Kaisa. She was able to get out with flash, heal, and ult. And then I TP'd in to try and get us out of this fight, or to try and look to turn it. I'm trying to auto-attack as much as I can to build up my Gnar bar, so I can rage. And they're able to find an angle to run us down with Mundo here. I'm just trying to slow them, trying to keep our support alive, and I walked down here, which is really bad, but we end up getting out. So now I come back to top lane, I come and collect all my gold. I don't know why I'm really trying to freeze that. It wouldn't freeze anyway, the minion's health was just too low. And now I'm on the map with 500 gold. That's enough to upgrade my mythic, I believe, at this point. So I look to just recall. I'll buy my item, I come back to lane. I walk really unnecessarily close at first, and then we get into a fight. I don't want him to just ult me and kill me, so I'm trying to get my mega now. I eat away because I thought he might do it, and now we're just looking to push him off of the wave with ult. And I get into a pretty bad trade here, and he messes me up pretty good. So off of that, I lost another whole wave to the turret, and I'm really behind in tempo. I'm giving him an increased lead, so at this point I don't think I can ever really kill him. Even though I had Mythic and he didn't, he still was able to win the fight just because of his base resistances and his kit, along with the fact that he just builds armor and does more damage. So right here I chose to recall, because I had quite a bit of gold on me, and I was not able to fight him at all at this point. But the timing on it is quite poor, because now he's able to do this turret, and I'm not able to touch his as much at all quite yet, and we're just going to try and slow push it back in, and see if we can do anything about it. We're playing on the bad foot quite a lot this game, at least in my position, so I'm just trying to find roams and see if I can give a numbers advantage somewhere on the map. Malphite ends up going mid, so then I end up pushing top. Our team gets engaged on right here, and it was just really bad by them because they were able to get caught out by this Malphite and by this Diana. They are a very all-in dive comp, so we need to really respect that and give them space. What I was able to do top lane is I got quite a bit of the turret down, and then I backed up because I didn't want them to try and kill us. They were trying to kill me after Baron. So they went to do Baron after they got that play mid. I was looking for a cheesy boomerang pick. It didn't pan out, and now we were just trying to walk down and get prio for Dragon. They TP'd down to bot, so I matched, and what happens here is that they look to engage on me. I am able to E out. I get flashed on by Diana. No one has ulted, and then my team gets engaged on up here. What's bad about this is that we got the dragon, and then we decided that we can still fight this, but I'm nowhere near, so my team was able to get caught out since we don't have that much CC without me, and I was only able to pick up no one, no assists, no damage. So I believe I needed to, when I TP'd in earlier, I needed to walk around and meet my team at the top and see if I could have done something with them there. What they do with that now is because they have Baron, they just push through mid, they get 2 of our turrets, and then they look to reset. So now off of spawn, I walked bot. I looked to try and grab this wave, make sure that our outer turret doesn't die. My team gets a nice pick on the Mundo. And now I'm just trying to get as much CS as I can, trying to get back into this game. So now we're just stealing their jungle camps because our team managed to push out pretty far. They were able to get a turret. And now we're just trying to disengage. What happens here is pretty bad, is that Malphite is able to ult onto both of them because they're standing right next to each other, and then they both die. So now I just need to run away. Now we're looking to defend this outer turret. Well, not outer turret, our inhibitor turret. I don't have any Gnar bar, so I'm just trying to queue up and trying to get it online, see if we can do any plays with that. We're running at them. Our squishiest person goes in first, which is pretty bad. He gets one shot, and then right here, I'm not able to find a good ult. I walk in, I try and E ult, and I get the Kaisa and the Mundo. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's not that great. They had a really nice job of splitting up for their team, and I wasn't able to get a nice ult off, which means that this fight was really hard for us, and our mid laner was almost able to kill them all, but he decided not to reset here, and Malphite's ult came back off of cooldown. And all in all, I just needed to either wait for a better opportunity to ult, or just not have this fight off. I believe it would have gone a lot better for us. Because like right here, if I was able to walk back and let them come into us more, since it's obvious that they want to fight, they're walking at us. When I walk it, then they run away. If I can just have a pick on the Mundo, that's pretty good. I don't need to go for their whole team. So right here we got on the map a little bit later. I said this as we were walking in. I was like, we need to watch out for their engage. They might just all in us. And our ADC walked right next to me as I walked in, and we got engaged on by Diana. She had a nice 3-person ult. At this point, the fight's already over, and we just all did one shot. I am able to run away, but I'm not able to defend. All in all, they played a really nice game of engages, and we weren't able to capitalize off of much. if I played my laning phase a lot better, like I should have, then I might have been able to have a much bigger impact on this game. Okay, so it's a little bit later in the day now. I actually forgot to do my outro again, so I'm just going to do it now. It's a little bit sunny from my left side, and thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. I'm working on improving, and any advice is always appreciated. Leave a like. It's kind of weird to say, but any support helps, so thank you so much.